The 10th of July is going to be a short day due to the weather, and I'll go straight to the squadron summaries. 441 has nothing to report, and 442 gives us Wing Commander Johnson led 11 of this squadron on an armed recce for an hour from 0545 hours. Lots of activity on the ground near Caen on our side, little to report. The Wing Commander brought back some flak in his fuselage. An article in the Canadian press had just quoted Wing Commander Johnson as having confidence as he had never been hit. Flight Lieutenant T.H. Hallahan reported this afternoon for flying duties. Cool and windy with showers in the afternoon. On 30-minute readiness in the afternoon and then released. Some took a trip to Bayo, possibly in a Jeep, and 12 hours total flying time for the squadron. And I'll throw up some photos, I guess, around Bayo and around the friendly side of the lines here, showing what they more or less would have seen. And the road traffic in the area, just getting from place to place, probably would have been just unbelievably packed. And I would imagine especially around Bayo, because that's, in addition to official duties going on there, that's become sort of the de facto R&R location for this entire area. So, yeah, I'll dig around and I'll throw some photos in here after the fact of what it would have looked like at the time. And I'll go to 443. Weather very raw, low heavy cloud, strong wind, scattered rain showers, so that explains the lack of activity today. Authority received from 83 Group Support Unit to post Flight Lieutenant Hallahan to 442 Squadron. Squadron on immediate readiness throughout the day, provided a 4-aircraft patrol over the beachhead during the morning, suspended during the afternoon due to duff weather, 2 patrols then flown later in the evening. Flying Officer Henderson discharged from the hospital today to bring the squadron back to full flying strength, and approaching 40 hours for the squadron, flying those 4-ship patrols, which I'll start with, and I have it 0500 to 2230, and it's described as 9 separate patrols of 4 aircraft flown during the day over the British beachhead. The only one to produce any incident was the patrol which took off at 10:55 hours and landed at 12:10, led by Flight Lieutenant Prest. While flying in between 2 layers of cloud over Caen, 15 enemy aircraft were sighted. As they turned to come head-on to our flight, Flight Lieutenant Prest led the flight into the cloud immediately overhead. On forming up later, none of the Jerrys were seen again. Ceiling was low at 1,500 feet with several layers of 8/10 and 9/10 cloud above. So Prest, seeing that he's outnumbered nearly 4-1, wisely declines the engagement. So those run throughout the day, last down 22:30. And we have also, early in the morning, 0545 to 0645, armed recce by 442, patrolled between 4,500 and 10,000 feet, uneventful, no enemy aircraft opposition, flak accurate and tense heavy from Cantaloupe, and uniform 2062. It's been noting these as uniform all month practically, but this is actually Victor 2062, if you're plotting these down yourself at home, I guess. Layer of cloud moving in from the south and west, base 3,500, top 6,500, and that's the only entry for the day. I have a photo down here that is insignificant. I don't think there was anything to note in this at all, just an overall look at the terrain. And well, I have ended up finishing a video early for the first time since I have started this series, and I have an extra half hour or so to play around. And I'm going to locate one of these photos down here in Bayo, so this will be one of those that I already showed earlier. It just shows some British and American troops intermixed, looking around the town, grabbing some souvenirs, and the location is actually right here where the pin is, and it had a dome in the background, so it was actually very easy to find. There's the dome right there. So let's come down to the street view and see how this place looks today. Now this is going to be pretty much impossible to do in street view since we're constrained to one place. I would need to scooch just a little bit to the left and then move the eye level of the camera down a little bit. But this is actually pretty much dead on right here, just at this little intersection, with the shops in the background down the street and then the hill that rises up in the distance. And if we take a right from here, the cathedral is down here at the end of the street. So I think that's going to do it for the day. I'm going to move on to the 11th of July and see what we can dig up there. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.